Have you ever woken up one morning amidst the bustling rhythm of the city, yet felt as though you were adrift in an endless ocean of information? You hold your phone, scrolling through news, replying to work emails, checking messages from friends, and before you know it, the entire digital world has crashed into your mind, sweeping away the peace of the early morning. Do you feel a lingering fatigue, a vague, nameless anxiety, even though you seem to be connected to everything? My name is Anna. My life, like many of ours, was once a long chain of incessant connection. From my smartphone and tablet to my laptop, I was always ready to absorb information, respond to work, and keep up with everything happening around me. At first glance, it was a convenient, efficient life. I could work from anywhere, communicate with anyone, and grasp the latest trends with just a tap. But deep down, I felt lost. A constant anxiety, an unnamed mental exhaustion, and a paralyzing numbness gradually enveloped me. I was alive, but was I truly living? Modern life, with its conveniences and advanced technology, has brought us countless benefits, but it is also pushing us into a state of chronic fatigue. The incessant digital connection, from continuous push notifications to never-ending news feeds, has transformed our brains into machines constantly in a state of high stimulation. My brain always felt like it was racing against time, processing hundreds, thousands of pieces of information every day. This made it difficult for me to find true peace, a quiet moment for deep thought, to listen to my inner voice. Rest, for me, then, was often just a distraction, shifting from a work screen to an entertainment screen, an endless loop of information consumption, rather than true mental recovery, which can only come from stillness and sometimes from doing nothing at all. I remember one time I tried to meditate, just a few minutes, but my mind bounced around like a baby monkey. First, I thought about work deadlines, then unanswered messages, then what I might have missed on social media. Stillness became something alien, even frightening. Our ancient human brain, designed to process a moderate amount of information for hunting and gathering and social interaction within a small scope, now had to confront an enormous amount of stimulation every second. This not only caused chronic stress, but also led to burnout, and worse, a loss of the ability to fully feel emotions. I gradually became indifferent to small joys or deep sorrows. Everything passed superficially, like a fast-forwarded film that I couldn't truly experience. Then, I fell into the trap of modern productivity culture. There, busyness was glorified as a badge of honor. My self-worth seemed tied to my work performance, to the number of emails sent, meetings attended, or projects completed. I always had to prove I was busy, that I was useful. I even created a meaningless productivity performance, working overtime just to be seen working, even if the actual output was minimal. In that culture, rest was considered laziness, a weakness. I felt guilty every time I wanted to spend time on myself, on personal hobbies unrelated to work. It felt like I was wasting time, falling behind others. Digital platforms, with their sophisticated design, thoroughly exploited our brain's dopamine reward system. Each like, each comment, each new notification triggered a small amount of dopamine, creating a quick, superficial pleasure. I was thus drawn into that addictive loop, constantly seeking instant gratification, external validation. Gradually, my ability to feel deep, meaningful joy from the small things in life eroded. A quiet afternoon reading a book, a meaningful conversation with a loved one, or simply watching a sunset, things that once brought me peace now seemed less appealing than the flickering lights of a phone screen. Attention, our most precious resource, was constantly being stolen by the digital environment. I found myself unable to focus on anything for too long. While reading a book, I had to check my phone. While talking, my mind would drift elsewhere. My ability to think deeply, to connect with myself, and to live fully in the present gradually disappeared. I lived like a reactive machine rather than a proactive human. I feared boredom, feared empty moments, because when there was no external stimulation, my mind would have to confront itself with its deep thoughts and emotions, and I escaped that by constantly seeking stimulation, filling every void with information. But this very escape stifled my creativity, my capacity for self-reflection, and my inner voice. I had lost connection with myself, with my true inner being. Social media, with its glittering facade, became an unfair comparison arena. I constantly saw perfect images of others' lives, luxurious trips, lavish meals, brilliant career successes, happy relationships. And then I looked back at my own life, feeling small, ordinary, an overwhelming exhaustion, a lack of gratitude for what I had, and an obsession with falling behind the world. I forgot that what others shared was only a small, carefully curated part of their lives. I forgot that everyone has their own journey, their own rhythm. I even fell into the illusion of control and the pressure to always be happy. Modern society seemed to demand that we always be positive, cheerful, optimistic. Negative emotions like sadness, disappointment, or anger were considered taboo, a sign of weakness. I tried to suppress them, tried to pretend everything was fine. This created a huge psychological burden, making me anxious and feel like a failure whenever life didn't go according to plan or when negative emotions surfaced. I didn't allow myself to be a complete human being with a full spectrum of emotions. Then one day, I couldn't take it anymore. My body was utterly exhausted, my mind empty and heavy. I sat silently in my room, looking out the window where raindrops were gently falling. For the first time in many years, I didn't hold my phone, didn't turn on my computer, didn't seek any stimulation. In that quiet moment, I heard my inner voice, an urgent plea for liberation. I realized that I was living an automated life, a life controlled by algorithms, by societal expectations, not by myself. That was the moment I decided to reawaken. I realized that returning to real life wasn't an easy choice in a world that worshipped speed and constant connection. It required courage to choose slow, sacred, and present moments instead of living on autopilot or seeking digital validation. I began my journey with small but steadfast steps. The first step was to rebuild my mornings. Instead of grabbing my phone the moment I woke up, I learned to meet my mind first. I spent the first 15 to 30 minutes of the day meditating, journaling, or simply sitting quietly, sipping hot tea and watching the morning light. No email, no news, no social media, just me and my thoughts. Gradually, I felt my mornings become more peaceful, and I started the day proactively, instead of being passively swept away by the information current. Next, I had to redefine productivity. I realized that productivity wasn't about doing the most, but about doing the most meaningful work with the fullest presence. I began to focus on quality over quantity. I set specific goals, and when working, I turned off notifications and closed irrelevant tabs to protect my attention. I learned to say no to unnecessary tasks, to pointless meetings. Presence in every action, no matter how small, brought me a much deeper sense of satisfaction than completing a long list of tasks. The hardest part was perhaps relearning how to truly rest. I got used to stillness. Instead of scrolling social media in my free time, I walked in the park, read a physical book, listened to instrumental music, or simply sat looking out the window. I no longer felt guilty for doing nothing. On the contrary, I realized that those quiet moments were when my brain recovered, creativity blossomed, and I reconnected with my inner voice. My sleep was also better, deeper. I also learned to actively protect my attention. I turned off most push notifications on my phone. I set specific times of day to check emails and social media instead of scrolling every few minutes. I realized that attention is a finite resource, and I had a responsibility to protect it from digital thieves. When my attention was protected, I could think more deeply, work more effectively, and enjoy life more fully. Reconnecting physically was a crucial part of my journey. I spent more time meeting friends and family instead of just chatting through screens. I joined a yoga class, went hiking, and spent time in nature. Direct interactions, touches, eye-to-eye conversations brought me a deep and authentic sense of connection that no digital platform could replace. I felt the warmth of human connection, the freshness of nature, and the vibrancy of the real world. Finally, I redefined success. For me now, success was no longer about numbers in a bank account, the number of social media followers, or external praise. Success was full presence in every moment of life. It was the ability to feel joy from small things, peace of mind, genuine relationships, and the ability to listen and live authentically with myself. The reawakening journey wasn't an easy path, and I'm still on that path every day. There will be times when I'm pulled back into old patterns, times when I feel tired and want to give up, but I've learned to recognize those signs and know how to pull myself back. I've learned that modern life isn't the enemy. How we interact with it is the problem. We can enjoy the conveniences of technology, but at the same time maintain inner peace and live an authentic and meaningful life. If you also feel lost, tired, or caught in the digital life spiral, remember you're not alone. Allow yourself to stop, listen to your heart, and begin your own reawakening journey. Choose slow, sacred moments. Learn to truly rest. Protect your attention. Reconnect with the real world, with your loved ones, and most importantly, reconnect with yourself. Because this life is yours, and you deserve to live every moment fully, with all its presence and meaning. Start today to find yourself again, to live a fuller and happier life.